Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel and to the Farmhouse Knitting Podcast. This is episode 1 of the 3rd season. I can't believe that we're on to season 3. If you go back through my channel playlist, I have the Farmhouse Knitting Podcast all into one playlist for you guys for season 1 and 2. And so, yeah, we're here for season 3 in the new year, and I'm so grateful for you guys and just to be able to do this. It's a lot of fun, and so I'm excited to be back here with you guys. I'm sitting here in my sunroom in the woods of northern Illinois in our 1834 farmhouse, and I've got all the cozy stuff out right now. I hope your Christmas was really good and that you're ready for the start of the new year. Hopefully not going too crazy with wanting to organize and come up with resolutions and all that. Remember to just take it slow, and at least that's what I'm trying to remind myself, of course, speaking to myself here. But yeah, I hope you guys just had a very cozy and relaxing holiday and are ready to jump into the new year. For us, that means winter has full on hit Illinois. We didn't have any snow up until after Christmas, actually, so we didn't have a white Christmas this year, but we do now. And I will take you outside with me in a little bit so I can go take you on a little walk through our woods back there. So yeah, this is a knitting podcast, and I'm here to share with you guys what I've been knitting and sometimes crocheting. I don't have anything crocheted here today, but I have some yarn to show you, some Christmas yarn gifts, some candle gifts because I love my cozy candles, and what else? Some yarn and just a good time, hopefully a good relaxing little break in your day. You can sit and knit with me, or I like to pull up knitting podcasts and actually have it on my phone and go and do laundry or the dishes or something like that. It actually makes me look forward to doing the dishes at night because I know that's like my podcast time. So grab a cup of something cozy. I have some coffee here. And I made it mocha because I added a little bit of a twist, which I'll show you guys after the yarn and all that too, if you want to stick around for what's giving me a case of the cozies this new year, the start of January. Okay, so I'm sitting here in my sunroom and I've got 2 candles going. They actually smell delicious. I have my blue spruce from Candles. And we took down our Christmas tree, so I needed something to make it smell still like our Christmas tree was up. And then this candle I will share with a little bit more, but does not taste. I'm not tasting my candles. It smells like coffee, and it's made by a candle maker local to us. So I have no finished objects. I guess I have half because I have one sock done, and I'm working on the other, but I'll show you that first. And this is just a vanilla sock following the Crazy Sock Ladies pattern that I'm making for my husband. I might have showed it off at the very last episode in 2021, but just a very simple sock for him, and I've started sock number 2. And I love knitting this right now because we have a newborn. I guess he's technically still a newborn. James is 12 weeks old. So this is a good thing to knit when I just can't follow a pattern because my brain's tired. So I'm using Patons, I don't have its label, Patons Kroy sock yarn, I believe. And I actually don't know what its color name is, but if I can find it, I will link it for you guys. Just something I found at like Michael's or Joann's and actually had in my stash. And I had made him a pair of socks that were worsted weight, and he loves them. So I told him I would make him a pair of some in actual sock yarn because he likes stuff that's like tighter knit and not the chunky stuff. That's just his preference. So I'm making him his first pair of socks. And then for myself, I'm still on my like Christmas kick, and I feel really inspired by all the pine trees, and especially since we had our snowfall, I'm really inspired by pine trees and just driving around and looking in our backyard. We don't have a ton of pines back there, but just seeing the snow-covered needles. And so I picked this color to make a pair of socks for myself. And this is a candle in front of me. I have 2 candles, so I'm trying not to set them on fire. This is just the very small start of the country cabin sock, which you guys know is a pattern I design, and I've got like probably 10 pairs of, and I've gifted a bunch of pairs of. So I'm making this in this really cool forest green Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted weight sock or yarn. And I'm so newly into it that I have only done the ribbing and just the very first cable. Try to show you that. And I believe it looks like I'm ready for my next cable row, which is always exciting when you're doing this pattern, because I think it's like a 6-row or 7-row repeat that you just knit the knits and purl the purls, and then when you get to that cable knit row, at least for me, that's the most exciting part. So I'm like, oh, I get to do something fun now. So that's my country cabin sock that I've been working on. And then this is something new that I haven't showed you guys yet. I don't believe I showed this the last episode. I think I might have talked about it and how I had my yarn, but I have cast on, and now it has white dog hair in it because we have a little white dog, a little white puppy. I have cast on the project that was in my queue for a long time. I got it when I was on sale for Black Friday, like a bunch of years ago. This is the Winter Honey Shawl by Andrea Mowry. It's my first time making a shawl. Actually, I've never made a shawl, and I've never knit or worn a shawl. And my tension is not very tight at all. I'm a loose knitter, but I'm hoping that it comes to more of a point when it's off the circular needle like cord, because right now it's not really coming to a point at the bottom like I would like it to be. But I'm hoping once it's off and once I block it, it will be a little more obvious. I'm using a size 8 needle, and this is also the Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted. I'll try to find its little label and tell you the exact color. I want to say it's either Farmhouse Heather or Bramble Heather, because I know I had a lot in my stash of those 2 browns. But that's the start of this. I wasn't really sure how it was going to drape. I'm still not really sure. And like I said, it's just a little bit started. So I'm hoping that it's drapey because it is 100% wool. But I also want it to be warm. I mean, we live in northern Illinois and I need it to be warm. And I really don't, well, like I said, I've never worn a shawl, so I don't know how I'll wear it yet. But I'm imagining I'll wear it to stay warm. So I'm hoping that it will actually be warm because it's wool. So that is all that I'm working on. That's like on the needles. I have a whole bunch of projects that are like itching to get on the needles. Including, let me find these guys for you. I ordered, well, first of all, another pattern that was in my queue for a really long time was the Velvet Acorns calligraphy sweater, which is a pattern for girls. And so I got 3 colors. So this blue, let's see, it's called Clarity. These are all Wool of the Andes, but bulky weight. So I love Wool of the Andes. I've used it a lot, but I've never used the bulky weight. So this is Clarity. And it's just a really nice ice blue, which is for my daughter Clara, and she loves Elsa, so that's like the perfect color. The next color I got for the calligraphy sweater is for my other daughter Natalie, and this one is called Rouge, and it's the same yarn. And just a bright pink. She picked it out. She loves it. if you want tips about knitting for your kids, head over to the Mama Llama Knitting Podcast over on any of your podcast playing apps. I guess I should mention that. I'll tell you about that in a second. But I do have an episode on the Mama Llama Knitting Podcast about knitting for picky kids, because most kids are picky about what they're going to wear. And one of the tips I have on there is to actually have your kids pick out not just the color, but the actual yarn. Let them touch it, let them feel it, then put it on their face if it's something that's going to be a hat. Make sure they know what it looks like and feels like in person. So that's my little tip for that, for knitting for kids. And then for Lucy, our little almost 2-year-old Lucy, I got this really pretty Haze Heather, which is just a light pink. Now she didn't pick the color, her sisters did, but I did show it to her and I did let her play with it and feel it around and stuff. So hopefully she'll know what to expect. I don't know what to expect with a 2-year-old. You never really know how they're going to react even day to day about things that you're trying to put on their body. Even sweatpants, even the most comfortable pajamas could be like you're trying to stick them in a straitjacket one night. So that is all yarn for the calligraphy sweater, which is just, it's so cute. I'll insert a picture, but I love the style of it. It's very cute and classic and girly and just timeless. And so I'm excited to start knitting that. But like I said, I'm itching to get it on the needles, but I haven't yet. And then I have 2 more kinds of yarn to show you guys. But since I did mention it, and since I forgot to say it at the start of like all the stuff that I started talking about at the beginning, I am going to tell you that I started a podcast. I know this is a podcast, but I started an audio podcast. So if you have iTunes or Spotify or what else is there? Google Podcasts, Stitcher, that kind of thing. You can actually search the Mama Llama Knitting Podcast, and I'll link it down below. And it is a podcast for knitting moms, which is like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's what I wanted to do for a long time. Besides sitting down with you guys and showing you what I'm knitting, is to just talk about knitting and motherhood from the lens of someone who knits and is a mom. So, for example, one of the episodes is knitting for picky kids. I also have an episode about knitting when you're pregnant and you have major mom brain fog, which clearly I still have with a 12-week-old. But if you don't like knitting, well, if you do like audio podcasts, head over there. All of season 1, episodes 1 through 8 are already out and published into the world. But if you don't want to do an audio podcast, I'm actually posting them right here to YouTube every other week. So today I have the Farmhouse Knitting Podcast, which is what you're watching right now. Next Thursday will be episode 1 of the Mama Llama Knitting Podcast right here on YouTube. I have the audio that I will insert. It's a whole video. I hope you guys love it. And then the following Thursday I'll be back, and I'll just kind of switch off between there. I also, since I'm thinking about it, want to mention that I'm going to start doing Monday videos as well. So you can start to expect 2 videos a week from me. Podcast, whether it's this or the other podcast, will be Thursday, and then Monday videos will be something a little bit different. So, I mean, still what you guys hopefully want to see, but just not a sit-down podcast. So that's that little thing that I probably should have opened with, because it's pretty big news to start a podcast. But mom brain. So on to the next yarn that I got. Now this yarn I've never knit with. I'm really excited about though, because it is very soft. It's very drapey. And it has a specific purpose. This isn't just me buying yarn like sometimes happens with us and hoping that I'll find a project to go with it, because we do that, don't we? But this yarn is the Knit Picks City Tweed, and it's a DK weight, and the color is specifically Orca. Oh my gosh, it's this really cool gray that I'm hoping will pick up. It's like a deep ashy gray, which is really cool because I have a cool skin tone, so warmer tones don't always look great on me. They have to kind of have a cool tone to them. Like, for example, this sweater. Also, I was going to talk about what I'm wearing, which I didn't. This sweater also has kind of a cool tone to it, so I'm really excited about this yarn. And I'm going to be knitting, it's called I've seen it written two different ways, the Bonnie Shrug or the Bonnie Bolero, I believe. And then this pattern I saw in an ebook, I think. I might have borrowed it from the library, and then I went and looked it up as an ebook too. And I'll insert like who it's designed by and all that, but it's gorgeous. It will be a challenge because I've never knit with beads yet, and this has beads in it. The pattern will have beads in it, but it's just a really pretty cable knit shrug. So I'm excited about that. I'm all about wearing cardigans lately and shrugs and that kind of thing because I am 12 weeks postpartum and I still have the mom pooch, and so I like to wear things that aren't too tight, and a lot of my sweaters right now are not super postpartum friendly, and I have had someone pull me over and, well, not pull me over, pull me aside in the store and ask what I'm expecting, and I was like, 12 weeks ago, actually. When was I expecting? 12 weeks ago. So that's this yarn. It has a purpose. It will have a time. It's not yet, but I'm so excited that I scooped this up while they were having one of their before Christmas sales. And then, okay, backtracking, since I did not talk about what I'm wearing. This sweater, actually, I didn't knit. Okay, we're gonna get deep for a second. I needed some clothes that are going to fit my body right now instead of looking at the clothes that used to fit or just, feeling bummed out that they don't fit anymore. So I moved those all out of my closet, and I was like, you know what? I need to knit for the body that I have right now and not the body that I used to or hope to have. I have 4 kids, and so what used to fit is not going to fit anymore and won't for a while, but I took that as an opportunity to go and buy some sweaters. So I actually discovered this new to me store, and it's called, oh my gosh, I could live in this store. It's called Telluride Clothing Co, and it's actually in the same strip mall as our Trader Joe's, which I go to every week, so this could be bad. This could be bad news for everybody. But oh my gosh, this store is amazing. I've never been in there. It's owned by the people who own Target, Marshalls and Home Goods, and TJ Maxx. Is that in there too? Well, Sierra is also in there, and I always thought it was kind of more of an outdoor adventure-y store, like someone who kayaks or is going to go hiking and stuff, which I don't really do a lot of, so I never had gone in there. Oh my gosh, you guys, they have really cute sweaters. It's just like Marshalls and TJ Maxx, where it's priced lower. And oh my gosh, I got an Eddie Bauer sweater for $17. It's pure wool. It's the cutest thing. It's like fisherman color, and it's cable knit. It's the whole thing. $17. I cannot believe it. Anyway, they have a ton of, they do have outdoor stuff. They have a ton of clothes for men, women, kids. They have a whole dog and pet section, and their home decor area. They have a lot of stuff, guys. They have amazing candles and just like the cutest pillows, and oh my gosh. I'm definitely going back. I need to make sure I don't go every week, but I definitely will be going back. It's not far. Like I said, I'm right there every week. So this sweater is from a company that I never heard of. It's called Telluride Clothing Company. And it's 100% extra fine merino wool. Obviously, it's on my bucket list and on my knitting list to knit myself some sweaters, but because that takes time and money, and because I'm unsure, I'm not sure what size I will hopefully stay for a while, I'm not knitting any sweaters right now. So I went and I bought this sweater. I'll insert how it looks and everything in the back. It's super cute. It's got a zipper, And I actually have this, I have it in white in a size medium, and I have this in a size large because I really liked that I can wear leggings with it and it's going to cover all that. And so, oh my gosh. Anyway, new obsession is Sierra Trading Co. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. And then I'm also wearing, let's see if I can get my feet up there. I am wearing my socks that I knit that are, let me think. This is all Leading Men Fiber Arts, and the toe and the heel, not heel, the toe and the cuff are from Mandi's Makings yarn. And if you want to see me working on those and everything, check out in season 2. I talk all about making these socks. And what else? I have one more thing to show you. Well, yes, some Christmas yarn to show you guys. So, let me know in the comments, did you get yarn for Christmas? I got yarn for Christmas. It's amazing. It's apparently was a big deal because my mom got it, and she said when she went back to go get more, it was all gone. Like, people already knew about it right away. So this is Big Twist. They're all called Winter. I don't know. And I'm just going to show you guys the colors that she got me, because they're all kind of Christmassy, but I think it's really cute, and it'll be really cute for a few hats. So let's see if they even say the name of them. White, red, green. That's not very creative. Gray, green, white, red. So that's a little more gray heavy. And then this beauty of green sparkly yarn is probably just, Green Hunter. So she got me that yarn. I'm excited. I think it's probably enough, hopefully, for just one hat, and I'll just make some hats to gift. 88 yards. I'll just make some hats to gift for next year because we've got a lot of hats in our house. I'm always knitting hats. Okay, I showed you guys the things I have been working on and the yarn that I got, and now I'm going to share with you what's given me a case of the cozies. So I showed you guys a little bit at the start of the episode, but what's been giving me a case of the cozies is this amazing candle. Oh my goodness. So it's made locally to us here, just a little bit away, and it is called the Hygge. I love how it tells you how to even pronounce it, because I feel like I say Hygge, but I always second guess myself. So it is called Hygge Hus Candle Co. And it's the Coffee Lovers collection, and this one specifically is called Coffee Bean and Cacao. Am I even saying that right? I don't know. But I found this at an antique shop. We did a Christmas walk in our little small town, and we have this really sweet antique shop. And me and my husband went there. We went on a date. We had little baby James with us, crashing our date. And it was so sweet and so fun just walking through and seeing what they have. My husband really loves all the things that are just rusty and really antique-y, and probably the things that they keep outside. That's more his speed. Pretty much he likes bringing old things to life, kind of like this farmhouse. So he was all about that, and I was all about inside. They had so many things. It was a lot of the typical farmhouse style, but it wasn't this type of stuff that you just see in Hobby Lobby. It looked really handmade. It was very cool. It was similar style, but not I have been to craft shows where they say it's craft shows, but then I've seen the same poster or sign or whatever that is in Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure you just bought that from Hobby Lobby. But this was all different stuff. It is an antique shop that's always there in our town. And it was so sweet to walk through and just see all the things they had. They had a lot of wintry stuff out, and just ice skates and old wooden sleds that just were inspiring me as soon as the snow hit to go outside and do something wintry out there. So that's what's giving me a case of the cozies. As you can see, it's already halfway gone. We've had it for just a couple weeks. And I've made it part of my routine that in the morning when I'm making coffee, I actually light this candle in our little kitchen window. And even when the coffee's done, it still smells like coffee in here for like 3 more hours or whenever it's time to blow it out and move on from morning time and get ready for lunch and all that. So that's what's giving me a case of the cozies this week. And then outside my window, I'm bringing back this segment that I used to do in the very first season because I love where we live. I do. And not just our house. I just love the little hill we're on and our woods and all that. So a look outside my window today is a winter wonderland. Oh my gosh. I have this really sweet little plate that my mom got me. And it's this little yellow farmhouse. And it's in a winter wonderland scene. And it's from, who's the guy in the song? Courier Knives. And it just feels like it looks like that outside. And so we got our first snow a couple days ago. We went for a walk in the woods. We were checking animal tracks and just going for sled rides. My middle daughter does not want to go on a sled unless it's being pulled through the woods. She doesn't actually want to go down the hill or anything because she remembers last year that she got snow in her eyes. You know, when you're sledding and it just shoots up and stuff. She's still a little traumatized from that. So she just wanted to be pulled through the woods on the sled. And so she loved that. My youngest daughter, our third kid, wasn't so sure how she felt about the snow. She loved parts of it. She did not want to be any part of the snowball fight. We did like a big family snowball fight. And we're building a snow fort so we could hide behind it and stuff. She didn't want to be part of that, but she loved doing snow angels. She actually went for sled rides down our hill. And at one point she even climbed into the sled by herself. And luckily it was parked at the bottom of the hill where she didn't just take off down the hill by herself because she's 19 or 20 months old. But she's a firecracker. I think she probably would have just jumped on the sled by herself. But yeah, that's what's going on in our woods outside our window, and we're just really excited. I feel like, obviously as a kid I loved winter. Then I went through a stage, maybe high school, college age, where I just didn't like winter. It was a drag, it was cold. And now I am back to loving winter. I mean, it's up there with fall as my favorite. They are tied as my favorite. And it's not so bad. When you have kids and you're like bundling people up anyway, it's really not so bad to just bundle yourself up too and go outside, and then you guys end up having fun, and then you come in and have some hot cocoa and just making good family memories that way. It's just been really fun to go outside and do snow things with everybody out there. Okay. I do have a Homebody in the Wild story, I guess. Not really even story. I kind of already talked about it, but this is my official Homebody in the Wild segment. Is that this is where I talk about, I am a homebody, but I do go out. Obviously, I get groceries and stuff like that. And so it's just my musings on what's going on outside of our little property here when I do get out. So I made it to Telluride Clothing Co. I don't remember why I was in there actually. I think it wasn't Christmas shopping. I think it might have been because I was looking for sweaters. I don't know why I knew there were sweaters there. I must have seen it being advertised on a commercial or something from Target or Marshall's or something like that. So, Sierra, I got a couple sweaters. Like I said, Eddie Bauer, $17 sweater. I got 2 of these. I got a really pretty navy blue sweaters I got there. And then I also got the hot cocoa mix that is in my coffee right now. So you can use it just as hot cocoa or add it to your coffee and make it kind of a mocha coffee, which is what I did. And I actually haven't done it by itself to do hot cocoa just because we have a lot of hot cocoa mix already, and this is kind of special. I want it to just be part of what goes into my coffee in the morning or in the afternoon. So it's amazing. It's minty, but it's like sugary and sweet and perfect for winter time. They had that. I did go back a few days after my first time of going there because I was looking for something to get my mom. I ended up finding her these really yummy coconut caramel candies to put in a mug that I got her. And they were totally out of the hot cocoa mix already. So I'm hoping that it's something they have a lot of other winters and other times of the year. And it was just right before Christmas, so it was probably just super picked over. But they also had, and this was all right at the like checkout area, they had this amazing, like a ton of different packs of essential oils, which I didn't even think of, but then I remembered my husband got us a diffuser maybe a year ago, and we only really use it as a humidifier in the kids' rooms if someone's feeling kind of sniffly or whatever. And he did get like lavender oil, I guess, to go with it, but we never really do that. We just do the water. And so I didn't think of it, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so good. All of the scents are super wintry. None of them feel too Christmassy either, so I feel like I can like keep using them all of January and February and even March, and sometimes even April when there's still snow in Illinois here. So I'm excited about that, and I've been doing that on the days when I'm not doing a candle in the morning and still want to smell good. I've been doing the diffuser because it goes for a while. So that is my Homebody in the Wild story, and a look out my window. Ooh, I have one more thing to show you, which is a fun kind of Homebody in the Wild part 2. So for my vlog, I did a really short like Christmas vlog. I didn't do Vlogmas and all that because we have a newborn. But I had gone into this shop in a town near us with really cute small shops, and I found this coaster, which I fell in love with, told my mom about in passing, and she ended up going and finding them. And so she got me 2 just like this, and then one that's very similar, and it's, I don't know if the camera's going to show, but it's blue. And she said the funniest part of this story, is when she was sitting there watching my vlog on her TV, she was wrapping this, and she was like, oh my gosh, it was a weird experience because I'm sitting there wrapping something and then it pops up on my TV. So just another random little Homebody in the Wild story. Oh, I have one more thing to show you. I have to brag about this on my husband because he did something cool. He did something really cool, and I'm so excited for him because it's just the kind of thing he loves doing. He loves learning new things, and then he just takes it and runs. So he made me, that little stinker, made me circular knitting needles. Now, this is his very first pair, and as you can see, one is slightly longer than the other. I guess I can do this. One is slightly longer than the other. Also, one is a size US 6. That would be this one. It's a size US 6, and one is a size US 7. So, that he can fix. Like I said, this was his first pair of knitting needles to do, and I think he said it took like an hour and a half to do each side. But he got like the tools or whatever he needed from Christmas. And this is wood. Oh, he's gonna yell at me because I can't remember what the wood is. But it's like wood from our yard. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But look, like it has like the cord in it and everything. Like professional work here. And so I'm so excited for him. I don't remember how long this is, but I'm imagining it could be like a little hat. And he did make a straight needle also out of wood from our apple tree right back there. I know he has like cherry wood. We have a lot of walnut trees. So the possibilities are endless, and I'm really excited. If he can practice a bit more, I think I might need to add this to like a giveaway prize or something, because how cool is that? I mean, like, aside from the cord, the regular plastic whatever this material is, cord. Everything else is like completely foraged for and handmade, and I think that's really cool. He even put like the wax on it. I thought that was fun. So I just had to brag about him for a second because, I mean, that's really awesome and creative. And he always is like, he's a sciencey guy, and so to see him getting creative is cool. He did a good job. I love it. So that is all I have for today's episode. Like I said, next week I will be back for the Mama Llama Knitting Podcast, episode 1 of season 1, and then I'll be back again the next week for the Farmhouse Knitting Podcast. Keep an eye out. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I know I can see, like, on the back end of YouTube, a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, and so I don't know exactly when I'm going to start the Monday videos. I'm working on, like, outlining them right now, but I don't know exactly when they're going to come out. Hopefully in the next couple weeks. Hopefully month of January is the goal. Maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. So we'll see. But like I said, subscribe if you want to be notified and see when those are uploaded. So that's all I got. Thanks for hanging out with me at the farmhouse. And I hope you have a lovely rest of the first few weeks of, or I guess few days of the beginning of 2022. And that was a really long conclusion, so I'm just gonna say see you guys next time.